Listen up, people! We just passed the Golden Gate. We'll be on site in less than 20. So you got 10 to secure the rest of that gear and get yourself strapped in for a landing. Repeat! 10 minutes until lockdown, people!
That's an unacceptable response. Must I remind you who I am?
What the hell is this?
I don't care what your protocol is. You're here to help me, so that's what I want you to
You're
do.
dismissed, Private. What's the problem, Von Bach?
You better get your men in line, Captain Grant. I want my equipment out of storage. My Ark Hunters and I depart as soon as we land.
The Earth Republic is in a limousine service. Your gear's locked up and we don't have time to dig it out. Now please, find your seat.
No offense, Captain, but I think your orders were to do as I ask.
My orders come from my superiors. People in Manhattan wearing uniforms, like this. And those orders are to keep you safe while you locate your alleged Arc-Tech.
Alleged Arc-Tech? There is no alleged, Captain. Do you see this? With this Arc core and the rest of the technology that I'll find in the Bay Area, I will repair this world. And be its hero, of course.
You're in a restricted area. Get to your seat.
If anything happens to my gear, I'll send the bill to your superiors.
What an asshole.
Let's move, people! Time's ticking! What is this, a dorm room? Everyone, get to your seats! You two, let's go!
No problem, Cap.
You too.
Oh man, it's finally here. What is it? It's Defiance. Check it out. It's the game we've all been waiting for. If you don't know, Defiance is a third-person shooter / MMO. It's a very cool game, and right now we are in the middle of creating a character. So they give you 4 different base classes to choose from, and essentially that will determine what weapon type you get to use. Now, I'm not sure if later in the game your class has a really definitive effect on what guns you can use for the whole game, but it starts you out with a specific gun. Like if you start out as the mechanist, then you start out with a light assault rifle. You start out as one of the other classes. You start out with a sniper, etc., etc. So we're gonna get right into it. I'm gonna be a veteran, and I'm gonna be a chick because I don't want to look at man ass all the time. I usually always play female characters. Something that's changed about me over the years, in case you're wondering. But you know, they have the character customization. It's not the most in-depth thing in the world, but I don't care. It's not that serious. What I really care about is the gameplay. You know, that's you know, there's a decent amount of options for the face and the nose, and it's enough that it made me feel special. I was a little sad that there was no hair option, but you know, they might add it later or something. Or they should, because they fucking should. Why can't I change my hairstyle? I wanted like long wafting black hair, you know. But you know, we can't always get what we want. But anyway, let's get back to the cutscene, right? Because you don't really care about my character as much as I do.
Now, Ark Hunter.
Hold on, Captain. That one isn't wearing your beloved uniform. They don't take orders from you. Sorry about that, friend.
We land in 10. Strap in!
I never got to brief you on your ego implant, so we really need to... What the hell?
Sir, they need you on the bridge.
I think I will actually get to my seat. When we land, don't go anywhere. The ego activation can be a bit jarring without a proper briefing.
Relax. It's just a little turbulence. Completely normal.
No, it's not. We're all gonna die.
She's actually quite charming once you get to know her.
Alert. All integrity compromised. Initiating evacuation sequence.
We're going down!
All integrity compromised. Evacuation pod launch in 3, 2.
Brace yourself, Cass. This could be real bad. Okay. Which one of these dealies opens this bitch? Ah, nice. Holy Stocko! You're alive! Name's Cass Ducar. I saw you land. Well, maybe that's not the right word. It was more smashing into the ground than landing. I sort of expected you to be a bowl of soup in there. What are you doing? Whoa, are you okay? You need help? Help? Can you hear me? You need to sit down. Here, sit down before you pass out. I'm sure you took more than a bump to the head, so rest. Get your feet under you. I'm gonna go see if anyone else needs help. Oh, you might want to arm yourself a bit more. The locals aren't known for their charm.
Hello. Oh, good. You can hear me now. I can sense your nervousness, but don't fret. I'm the Environmental Guardian online device that was injected into your body. You can just call me Ego. Please forgive me. I'm having some trouble getting all the behaviors activated, so we might experience a few hitches at the beginning. But I'll sort it out. We have lots to go over, so we should start.
Okay, we're back in business.
We need to find Mr. Von Bach, but first, we'll need to gear up.
Yeah, we gotta get gear. So, like I said before, this is
Von Bach
a...
Industries had personal defense technologies aboard the Stratocarrier. I placed a marker on our map where we'll find some.
She keeps cutting me off. Okay, so it's a third-person shooter MMO. So if you buy this game, don't expect your traditional, just all-action game. You gotta expect story and stuff. You know.
Once you equip that,
You gotta, there's a lot of talking. But so right now we're kind of going through the tutorial phase, and it's very helpful and it felt good. You know, it really taught me how to play the game because I didn't know what I was doing. I'm just gonna talk over her because she's
We need to collect the necessary equipment as soon as possible so we can start looking for Mr. Von Bach.
Yeah, we gotta find Von Bach.
Those creatures
it's
are
very
actually
important.
Humans. However, their DNA is severely mutated.
No, I mean, but I think it's cool blending like a shooter and an MMO at the same time because I love MMOs and I like guns. You know, this is the perfect combination of the two. It's tight, isn't it? If you shoot people in the head, you get a crit, which is fucking. It's amazing. I don't know if I ever told you this before, but I'm really bad at shooting games. My aim is really terrible, but I'm actually enjoying this game a lot. You know, and the coolest thing about this, you can toggle sprint, and you have unlimited sprint. And because the worlds are so big, at least in the beginning, like you can just sprint forever, and you don't have to worry about. Like, oh my god, it's taking forever to walk because I don't have no sprint. It doesn't matter. It's unlimited. So, I'm gonna let you watch me running around because this is what you want to see. You want to see like all of it. Look at this. Look at this. Pop, 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 pop. He didn't even see it coming. But the game, it gets more action-y later on. This is the tutorial. You don't want to get frustrated in the tutorial. That's crazy. Why would you do that? You wouldn't. Of course you wouldn't. Jesus. Look at this headshot. Look at that. Look at that crit from that headshot. It's beautiful. Look at that, little creatures running around. You know, like it wouldn't be an MMO if there weren't little creatures running around that you had to kill. You know, like rabbits and stuff like that.
Assault rifles excel at medium-range combat, but are capable of maintaining much of their effectiveness over long distances too. Particular weapon types work better for specific situations.
I'm just gonna let her talk because this is apparently her commentary, not mine.
I'm detecting some explosives nearby. We could definitely use those. I've put the location on the map.
Okay, she's done. She's like the GPS, you know. She's just talking over people's conversation. But you know, okay. But one thing that I love about this game so far is that for the most part the user interface is really easy to navigate. Like I haven't gotten frustrated by it. Look at this guy. You know, I thought this guy was an alien, but he was a mutant. They're not aliens. I thought he was a mutant, but he was another player. The game is actually really populated, just not in the tutorial zone. So don't worry, this shit is popping, and it's gonna be a TV show. How fucking cool is that? How fucking cool is that? Anyway, let's examine the thing. She's gonna start talking. She's gonna start talking. Watch. Check it out. She's gonna cut me off.
This supply pod is filled with grenades. Grab one and equip it.
Okay, I put on the grenade. There she goes. You know, I'm starting not to like her. I liked her when I was actually playing, and I'm talking after I played, and she's like getting on my nerves because she keeps talking over me, and I don't think this relationship is gonna work if she keeps talking over me like that. I'm gonna have to put my foot down at some point. But anyway, let's start
Now that we're geared up, it's time to train you on
yeah,
ego powers.
let's train on the ego powers. That's fucking ego, bitch.
First, we'll try cloak. While using cloak, you are completely invisible to enemies. Use the power to sneak up behind the projections and attack.
Okay, so the cloak is cool. Look at that. You have to sneak up on people and backstab and stuff. I mean, if that's your thing. The different ego powers, they sort of cater to different playstyles. There are 4 ego powers. I won't spoil them. You can watch me struggle with these tutorials.
While using overcharge, your damage inflicted on the enemy is significantly increased. Shoot the projection while overcharge is activated.
Right, so the cloak is like... Look at that, look at that! That's serious.
I'll enable the decoy power now. Decoy allows us to create a projection in your likeness that will fool and distract the enemy. Take down the projections while they're distracted by your decoy.
Okay, she's done. She's just totally like taking over this whole talking session. She's just taking it. Maybe I should just work with her.
The blur power is now enabled. Blur will allow us to move at extreme speeds and increases melee strength during close combat. With blur active, rush the projections and strike them with melee attacks.
This one is cool. It's like you're like the $6 Million Man or whatever. If anybody even knows what that is. I suppose I'm old because I know about the $6 Million Man. Just for the record, it was on cooldown. It wasn't broken. It just has a cooldown.
And strike these projections with melee attacks. Good work. You'll need to choose an ego power for me to integrate.
Okay. Yeah. So each of the powers, I'm gonna actually talk now because Miss Ego Lady is not interrupting anymore. So each of the ego powers sort of caters to a different play style, and depending on which one you select, you branch out into smaller perk-like abilities that activate at specific in specific cues. Like, oh, if you drop below 15% health or whatever, blah blah. Like passive buff stuff like that. MMO stuff. So they're really mixing the best of both worlds. With you got the shooter elements, with the guns and the loadouts and all that stuff, and then you got the MMO elements, the RPG elements where you're customizing your skill tree and you're speccing your character. I went with overcharge because I'm a boss. That's why. Yeah, she better like it. Like these nuts. No, but you know, they're cool. So
I'm receiving a signal.
you know.
I'll patch
Okay,
it through.
take the signal
Can
and
anyone
patch
hear
it.
me?
Okay.
I need help down here. It looks like the mutants are getting organized for an attack.
No, we better help her.
Oh. So this is still the tutorial, and I was still kind of getting acclimated to the game at this point. Sorry, I keep moving. So I was kind of bad, but it was just a tutorial, so whatever. The world is really big too. Look at that. Even for the tutorial, you got this big ass space to roam around in. Like when you play it yourself, it's really, the music is like, it's like mood music, you know. Light a fucking, like when you play this game, you light a candle and you set the mood. All right, you got to take care of yourself. Look at this guy. He respawned. Like one thing that's weird about this game is it's not necessarily weird for
we need
everyone.
To shut these dudes down. If we don't, you can forget about finding any survivors.
Okay, one thing that's kind of weird about this game is it sort of takes a minute to realize that it is, at its core, I believe, an MMO. So,
I have the ability to hack into most computer systems. Get to that thorium reactor, and I'll see what I can do.
So right, at its core, it's an MMO. So like enemies are gonna respawn. Unlike in Call of Duty, if you shoot somebody, they're not coming back. But for this game, if you kill an enemy and you walk away and you come back 5 minutes later, he's gonna be there again, because that's just how stuff works in MMOs. So like if you buy this looking for just a shooter, you're not gonna get just a shooter. You know, so you get, you know, it's, I think this can open up new doors and shit. I don't even think I'm being funny today. This is bad, but whatever. You know, whatever. It'll get better. It'll get better. I didn't even, like, at this point, I didn't hear what she said, so I was just trying to get away from the explosion. And the mutants were all like, "Oh, we gotta disarm the bomb," and I was like chubbing around. And I was like, oh, I gotta protect the bomb, because I saw the little quest thingy on the side that said, I think it's on the right side of the screen, that said protect the generator or whatever, the reactor, whatever it was. You know, I was running out of ammo too. Look at that. But I was hauling ass though, hauling fucking ass. It was a little laggy, actually. But it's like everybody's trying to zerg on the game, because it just opened up at 8 AM and I started playing it at about 8:30 when my update finished. So, you know, I was excited. It's gonna blow. Just get the fuck out of here. Cutscene. Damn. That's serious. I lied. I'm talking in the cutscene.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
You have an ego implant, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. First time I've ever seen one in action.
Yeah, it's tight, isn't it?
You know, I think we're gonna make one hell of a team.
You're damn right we're gonna make a team.
Can take you a long way in this crazy place.
I don't need
I'm
backup.
headed to the crash site. They're gonna need help.
Okay.
I'm sure we'll be in contact. Arc Hunter.
Mm-hmm. But you can call me Essabella. Okay, so that was the tutorial for Defiance. There's gonna be more to come in the future. I'm not gonna record like every single second of my playing because it's an MMO, but I will make sure to record the cutscenes. I'm not gonna record the mini quests all the time, but I will record the cutscenes and the main story arc, and I'll show that to you guys. Okay? Okay.